Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel, we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their chart. It's important to know these areas before you buy any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options trading, you are definitely going to want to get familiar with support and resistance. And just to let you know, I'm not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use that to start an account and get 2 free stocks. And I also provided a link for Robinhood. Use that and start an account and get 1 free stock. And just to let you guys know, we will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation, leave a comment below and I'll try to get to it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new videos here. Okay, so let's get into the market today. Today is June 9th, 2021. And as you can see, the S&P 500 is pretty much flat today. It's up a little bit, 0.09%. The Dow is also down a little bit. It's down 0.16%. And the NASDAQ is up the most, 0.25%. So pretty much a flat day in the market today, with the NASDAQ being the biggest winner of today. Okay, so let's get into the stock I want to take a look at. Today I'm going to be doing Plug Power. I got a request from a viewer to take a look at this chart. So I'm just going to go over this real quick and we'll see what we could do here. So today, Plug Power is currently trading at $32.99 at the time of this recording. It's down 49 cents today, which is the equivalent of about 1.46% here. On the week, they are up 7.85%, and on the month, they're actually up 55.31%. So they're having a pretty good month here. They've recovered a lot since they hit those lows in May from the correction here, okay? And in the past 3 months, they are still down almost 20% at 19.5%. And over the past year, they're still up over 541% here. So they're having a very good year. We've seen this stock come from being a penny stock all the way to hitting highs of $75.49 on January 26th of earlier this year. And as you could see from the chart here, after they hit that all-time high right here, there was a lot of momentum behind this stock on the way up. You could see, like I said, it came from being a penny stock and it moved all the way up from around the $2 to $3 range here, and it moved all the way up to almost $76. And the correction hit around the middle of February right in this area, and there was also some bad news about this stock which caused it to fall all the way down to around right here. On May 11th, we saw a low on that day of $18.47. So that is a huge drop from the highs here. And we saw this thing get crushed, in a matter of a couple months here. This thing, lost a lot of value in the stock. So basically, the big run-up was due to, investors becoming more excited about the prospects for hydrogen-based transportation technologies, because hydrogen does not produce any carbon dioxide, which is, carbon dioxide is the main gas that's blamed for global warming. So people are really getting behind this idea of hydrogen-based transportation and vehicles and stuff like that. So that's why you saw a huge run up in this stock in 2020. But, they ran into a problem around, when the correction happened. A lot of these growth stocks were getting their valuations cut in half and, losing a lot of value. A lot of people were selling them because of the fear of inflation. And also they ran into an accounting problem, which also caused the stock to sell off even more than it should have here, okay? They've since gotten that problem taken care of, and you could see that investors are getting back into this stock here. So that's why you're seeing a huge recovery here from these lows at this point right there. So let's take a look at the chart here, and we'll go over what we could find on here. And as you could see, when we saw the huge sell-off start to happen, we had a support area around $48.40. We lost that as it continued to sell off. You know, it looked like it was going to hit this bottom right here, and that was around $37.41. You saw it consolidate a little bit and even jump back up to around that $48 mark right here where we had our support. And, you know, once it hit that point is when it started to sell off again, leaving a huge gap right here between $39.97 and $41.95. We lost our $40 support area here, and we since traded all the way down to our, you know, other support areas, which are around $23 and around $19. We finally bottomed out around our $19 support area. You saw a nice bounce off of that support, and we've since recovered, you know, all the way back up to $33 here. And during the sell-off, we saw all of our moving averages get lost here. We lost our 21-day to start, which is here in the blue. We ended up losing our 30-day in the green, our 50-day in the dark blue right here, and ultimately we dropped all the way down to our 200-day moving average, and we dropped below there, you know, for a couple weeks here, almost a month. And as you can see, we have just now gotten back above that 200-day moving average on the daily chart. So things are looking good. We are back above our 21-day, our 30-day, and our 50-day moving averages right now on our daily chart. So everything is looking pretty good for a recovery here. I'm expecting, you know, there's really nothing holding this back to getting back up to around $40 here. You could see this gap right here. Like I said, that needs to be filled in, so I'm thinking we're going to make our way back up to around $40. There's also another gap right here that needs to be filled between $45.15 and $45.91, as you could see there. So we've got two gaps in between our support area, our next resistance areas actually, not support. Okay, so these are going to become resistance areas at $40 and around $48.40 right here. So we have two gaps that need to be filled in right around this area. So I'm expecting this stock to keep moving up, go and fill these gaps, and maybe consolidate around this area between $40 and $48.40 right there. So as I zoom out here, you could see I drew a little bit of a trend line here, and you know, we have been on this trend making higher highs and higher lows here. You could see we did reach a higher low right at this point, so we are continuing this trend upwards. And as you could see, this started back in May of last year, so it's been on this trend for about a year. And you know, we did bounce nicely off of this trend line here, so that will be our trend line. Will go off going forward, connecting this low right here to these lows right in here before it started to really take off. So that's the trend line I'll be using going forward. I'm just going to switch over to our weekly chart and see what we could find here. And as you could see, you know, it looks like going back to around 2004 here, it looks like it's kind of made a cup and handle formation on our weekly chart. You could see it did make a cup, and it looks like, let me zoom back out, or let me get my chart back together here. I accidentally messed it up. And you could see, you know, it did create a cup formation, and now the handle going back down here, and now it's starting to make its way back up. So that looks good on our weekly chart. Let me zoom in here to check out our moving averages, and as you could see, you know, we dropped all the way below all these moving averages here on the weekly chart. We dipped below our 50-day moving average on the weekly chart, and that's usually not a good sign, but we did quickly recover after 2 weeks of being below there. We did finally recover, and now that should act as support going forward. Okay, so our next stop will be around $40. As you can see, where two of our next moving averages will be at, our 30-day and our 21-day right here. 30-day being in the green and 21-day in the light blue. That's where they're currently sitting around our next resistance point. So that'll be what we're looking at next. Like I said, I'm just going to switch over to the 4-hour chart, see what I could find there. And as you can see, like I said, our 200-day moving average is sitting right at that resistance point. It's sitting at $40.39. So we are above all other moving averages on our 4-hour chart, and I'm expecting a move towards $40 in the near future for this one. So I'm just going to switch back over to our daily chart here, and you could see, you know, this thing was in a strong downtrend. Let me draw a trend line to where we came from here, and you could see, you know, we had a nice strong downtrend here. Looks like, let me get this all set up so I could talk about this, and you could see, you know, it looked like we broke out of that downtrend right around this area in the middle of April here, but it was a false breakout of our downtrend. You could see that was a strong downtrend acting as resistance. Let me change the color on this line so you could see it better. I'm going to change it to white and make it a little bit thicker so you could see. So you could see, you know, this was acting as resistance. It finally broke out only to fall and get rejected off of our moving averages right in here, our 21-day moving average, and it fell even more. So if you move the trend line here, you could see, you know, it did finally break out of this downtrend, okay, that we were in, and now we have moved out of there and we are moving up to around this $40 area. So let me just get rid of that. I just wanted to show you guys what kind of trend that was in before it broke out of there, and you could see how strong that downtrend was. So that's just my little quick update on this one. There's not really much to go off of on this chart here. You could see we do have an area between $62 right around here and about, let's see, $37 that we are going to need to see some more consolidation in once we get up to this point. Like I said, I do expect this thing in the near future to be around this $40 resistance, fill these gaps in, and you would like to see, because on the way up here there was a lot of gaps left, you know, behind, and it did come down a little bit and kind of fill those gaps in. But, you know, when you see things like this on the way up, you know, on the way down, you would like to see a little bit more consolidation on the chart here in those areas. So that's what I think we're going to see here. We're going to see this thing probably get above this $40 area and probably consolidate around this area for a while so we could, you know, fill this trading gap in right here. You know, there's not a lot of, you know, price action in between these 2 points here. So that's what I would like to see. I wanted to fill that area in and make its next move upwards. You could see here at the top I have $73 marked off. That's the point we want this thing to close over, right above 73. It's never closed above there. So if we want to see this thing make a new high, we're going to want to see it close above that $73 mark. You could see it did hit a $75.49 all-time high, but that was intraday, okay? It did not close above $73 that day, so we would like to see this thing get above there, close above there, and, you know, move up from there. So that's just, you know, a little quick video I wanted to do on Plug Power. If you guys liked it, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out the links in the description below. And make sure you have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content. And we will see you next time on Chart Stoppers.